Yo, what's up guys, Corey here and welcome back to my channel. So if you're not aware, Sony announced a range of phones last week and one of those phones was the Sony Xperia M2. Initially the M was classed as a entry-level phone, but based on the specs of the M2 which is to come, you can no longer class this phone as entry-level. So in this video today guys, I'm going to be comparing the Sony Xperia M2 versus the original Sony Xperia M. Basically just going through some of the specs as the phone is not out yet. This video is made just to show you guys what the main differences are, and once the phone is out, of course I'll be getting it and showing you guys how they actually compare to each other. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump straight into the design. Now in terms of the build quality, you're going to find two different type of material on these phones. Now the Sony Xperia M, as you know, it has the polycarbonate material, which is great. It does feature Sony's Omnia Balance design as well, so the phone does fit nicely in our hands. But the Sony Xperia M2 will feature Sony's well-known premium build quality, the same type of build quality that you find on the Sony Xperia Z1 and the Sony Xperia Z2. They went for that type of design for the Xperia M2, so it will look more premium, it will feel more premium in the hands as well. The edges are nicely curved off as well, so it looks very sleek, and this design also has some effect on the weight. Now in terms of the weight, the Sony Xperia M weighs 114 grams and is 9.8 millimeters thick, and the up and coming Sony Xperia M2 in the other hand weighs in at 148 grams and is 8.6 millimeters thick. So the M2 will be slightly heavier than the original M, but it will also be slimmer and sleeker as well. So the build quality should look very nice. Based on these pictures that you guys can see, it should look very nice and it should feel very premium in the hands. Now the display is where you will find some improvements. Now as you know, the Sony Xperia M is rocking a 4-inch TFT screen at 480p and a pixel density of 245. The Xperia M2 features a 4.8-inch TFT screen at 540p with a lower pixel density of 215 due to the size of the screen. Now personally, I would have liked to see a 720p display on the M2. I'm not really sure why Sony didn't go for a 720p display if they are classing this phone as mid-range, because the Sony Xperia SP, which came out last year, that has a 720p display and that's a 4.7-inch display, so it's not really much of a difference in terms of the screen size. So I'm not sure why Sony didn't go for a 720p display, but hopefully once I have the phone, the display won't look as bad as it sounds. Performance though is where the real improvement lies. Under the hood of the M, you'll find a 1 GHz dual-core processor along with 1 GB of RAM and the Adreno 305 GPU. The Xperia M on the other hand will be backed with a 1.5 GHz Snapdragon 400 quad-core processor along with 1 GB of RAM and the Adreno 305 GPU as well. So to me, here they have improved something. They've given you a little bit more processing speed, so you do get a faster processor. It is quad-core over dual-core, of course, we all prefer quad-core. So yeah, they did improve in the performance aspect, but again, I don't think in terms of the screen they done much. I think they could have done more, but that's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think. Now in terms of the camera, this is where you're going to see some improvement as well. Now as you know, the Sony Xperia M features a 5 megapixel sensor with a front facing VGA camera. Now the Sony Xperia M2 features a 8 megapixel sensor which records in full HD, and it also has a front facing VGA camera, but you do get a 8 megapixel camera on this phone and you can now record in full HD. So to me, that's an improvement. But again, let me know what you guys think of the camera. Battery life as well, that has been improved. The Sony Xperia M features a 2100 milliamp battery, where on the other hand the Sony Xperia M2 now features a 2300 milliamp battery, and you also get more internal storage. You get 4 GB of internal storage on the Sony Xperia M, but you can also add a micro SD card. But now with the Sony Xperia M2, you get 8 GB of internal storage, and you can also add a micro SD card. Again, just like the Sony Xperia SP, which I will be comparing just to show you guys if there's any difference between the SP and the M2, but that's another video. Now, let me know what you guys think of this phone. Honestly speaking, I want to know your thoughts. Are you getting this phone? If so, let me know the reasons why. If you're new to my channel, of course subscribe for all the other comparisons I will be doing with the Sony Xperia M2, and also just to keep up to date with my videos when I do upload them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this quick video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.